Hello, Mr. President. How's the golf swing? Sir, you know I'm retired. Well, who the hell plans a field trip to a place like that? Alright. I'm in. And sir, I'm gonna need the biggest fucking gun you've got.
Weasley did not enjoy that one bit that I was playing the drums on him.
No, your cat was not happy whatsoever.
I told him to expect no mercy.
Yes.
There he is again. That movie has gotten under your skin.
All right.
And in a good way.
A confession to make to both of you.
Uh-oh.
I really enjoy that movie now.
Yes.
Because
my work is done.
Mickey's like,
he's got a printer retraction now. That's what he has to do.
Mickey's like, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's good. That's what I'm hoping. That is this show, man. And speaking of this show, welcome to B Action, where we put the B back in action. And it is the month of action. Oh, yes. The Eagle is over here. Eagle-y.
Eagle Bones Falcon Hawk.
I like it. Eagle Bones Falcon Hawk.
That's the guitar player from the Aquabats.
We're still looking for Eagle Town. So
yeah.
We'll let you know when we find that one. But yeah, you guys are also hearing us 1 week earlier. We have decided to release every Friday for the entire month of July for Month of Action. So we got, I think we got a pretty good stack of movies ready to go. Speaking of great movies to watch, we're watching one tonight called Wanted, Dead or Alive, starring the one, the only Rutger Hauer. I was like, I need some Rutger in this show now. Okay. Stat. And Nate and I had already covered Blind Fury, which had I known I was going to do a show like this after a year or two, I would have saved it because that is like a perfect B type of action movie with him in it. But this is one I had not watched in probably 30 plus years since like I first started renting movies and figuring out who Rutger Hauer was. And then I bought it in the Kino Lorbo did their huge sale a few months ago that they always do. It's like a March thing. And it's just, you had to get so many. I think it's like if you spent $50, you got free shipping. So it's like, I need this movie, this movie, this movie. Ooh, Wanted, Dead or Alive. Want that one. You know, and I'm clicking all these. And I was like, I finally got my free shipping and I got this on Blu-ray. And so I've been sitting on it. And we were like, we need extra movies for July. Cool. I can do that. Let's do Rutger Hauer. It was playing...
Charlie, do you know any B action movies that we haven't done yet?
Just a couple, one or two, perhaps. We're still open if you want to send suggestions, but these two send a suggestion every day for me to write under the book. But yeah, I want
for a year.
I'm waiting for Frogtown 2, baby.
We probably got movies for 2 years at least.
Probably,
now.
yeah.
But so yeah, I threw out doing Wanted, Dead or Alive. I'm thinking these guys had not seen it before, but they are aware of who Rutger Hauer is. So I was like, you know what, we've done a little bit of future. We've done post-apocalyptic / Western. We've done an insane frog creatures in a movie. I wanted like a gritty cop / bounty hunter, kind of more set in reality, I guess is the kind of way you look at
a grounded movie. Sure.
There you go. A grounded movie. Absolutely. So, yeah, this is probably one people probably haven't heard of or thought about in a long time. And that's the whole point of what we're doing here. We're trying to find the lost gems. So let's play the trailer, and then we're going to jump right into it. What do you guys say?
I'm
Let's
ready.
do it.
He's a hard-working, dedicated, no holds barred,
sleazebag bounty hunter.
and business is booming. He's a bounty hunter with a system
There's a $15,000 bonus if he can still talk.
and a soul.
Mickey, that sounds terrible.
We need you. This is a flashpoint situation.
But the people he's after
I've been waiting to kill him for a long time.
are only half as dangerous as the ones who hired him.
Randall really doesn't have much use for you, does he? Would you do what we're doing to a pal?
You think I knew they were using you as bait?
What the hell is going on?
I just gotta disappear.
You're losing your bait.
You're better off with it than without us, Randall. Don't bet on it.
Rutger Hauer, wanted, dead or alive.
Will I walk these streets?
Yeah, I
That-
was missing a little Bon Jovi. Yeah.
That has been my. I think that's my favorite trailer so far that we've had.
Oh,
I was
dude, it's
that
gonna be
was just
hard.
fun to listen to.
It's gonna be hard to top the Frogtown one, man.
The Frogtown one was a lot of fun. But I get what Mickey's saying. Like a
Oh,
legit,
sure.
like
Don
act-
LaFontaine,
Yeah.
right?
But see, that's the
Yeah.
thing is like you as a voice actor have that experience, and who
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean. I get what you're saying. I completely understand. That's definitely a fun action trailer.
oh, definitely. It has that grindhouse kind of feel
Yes,
to it.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, and,
Sure.
and the movie even kind of has a little bit of a grindhousey kind of feel. Look, I got the Blu-ray. It's still got some grit to it, boys.
Love it.
And I was like, I like that.
We need
I
some
don't-
grain. We need some
Yeah,
grain on the screen.
I hate it when they clean movies up way too much.
Yeah.
I will to this day I still bitch about the Dark Man Blu-ray.
Sure.
It's too fucking clean.
Oh yeah.
Give me some grit.
I don't know,
And
dude.
man,
That Guyver 4K that I just got, that shit cleaned up. Nice.
I wouldn't be. I'm not opposed to that because I would also like to see everything
Yeah.
in the Guyver.
Sure.
But this one I was okay with some of that
yeah.
darkness, some of that grittiness. And it's Rutger Hauer in a dark, gritty movie.
Yeah.
So we'll start with this. I know I've got a little bit of history, not much, but some history. But let's talk about a little bit of our history, maybe with Rutger Hauer. So, Mickey, what do you think about the old Hauer man?
I mean, he's iconic. If you have any kind of like interest in movies, you know who he is, and look, everybody who's like into film has seen Blade Runner, and I remember. I think that's the first time I remember seeing him was in that role.
Yeah.
As and he was so good in it, and I don't know if that was before this. I can't remember. I can't get my date straight.
I think it's
But-
before. This is 86. So I feel like Blade Runner was fairly early, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I think it was like the 70s, right?
Late
so
70s, something like that. Yeah.
from there on, man, he just, the hitch. Is it the Hitchhiker or the Hitcher?
Oh, the Hitcher.
The
yeah.
Hitcher.
That's
So good.
this year. That he
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah,
and this
that's
one.
right.
Blade Runner was 82.
Yeah, so a little earlier.
Yeah.
But he made a great career out of these characters. I'm not gonna say they're all the same, but they all had that same like swagger to them, that
Yeah.
grittiness to them, and you knew when he was on screen, you knew what you were getting from him. And I appreciate that out of acting sometimes. That doesn't mean he always acts the same, but it just means the performance. He's consistent, and he just does a really good job. Rutger Hauer is one of the greats of all time.
I'll agree with that. Absolutely. Dustin, what about you, brother?
I don't have a lot of experience with Rutger Hauer. Of course, Blade Runner. But the first thing I remember, like, seeing him in and being like, oh, fuck, this dude's rad, was in Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After that, Blade Runner came, because I'm not a huge, like, we all know this, how I feel about certain movies.
Yeah.
It did take me a while to actually see Blade Runner. But then I was like, I watched Batman Begins, and I'm like, There's fucking Rutger Hauer at the beginning of Batman. He's one of the I think he gets thrown out the window, right? Like he's killed. And
he's
Batman
a CEO,
Begins.
I think. He's like he's
very,
running the company for him.
Very bit part, but it's like it's fucking Rutger Hauer, dude.
Yeah.
And that's really about it. Like, not too much. I remember like working at the movie store. I've seen this cover a lot. But yeah, Hobo with the Shotgun is probably my most history with Rutger Hauer.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm kind of like on with Mickey. I remember knowing who he was at first from like Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of those, because I watched it fairly young. I didn't really get it. So it took a long time for me to go back to Blade Runner and really kind of appreciate what I was watching, what I saw there. But my first biggest memory of Rutger Hauer is a movie called Split Second. And he hunts a serial killer alien demon. If you watch the movie, you'll understand why I put all that together.
Okay.
Yeah. I covered that with the Evil Deaths over on their podcast not long ago, but I am a huge fan of that. Basically take this Rutger Hauer and make him a little bit more assholey. Okay. And if you think that he can't get more assholey than this, yeah.
And he lives off of
he lives off coffee and chocolate. That's his entire thing. And he has a psychic link with the alien. Watch it. It's a fun time. And that was also what kind of led me down a hole of, okay, I liked him in this one. I want to find other movies. And I hadn't seen this movie in like 30 plus years. It was probably when I was renting movies at like, 5 movies for $5 for 5 days. It's just stacks, grab it. I had vague memories of it. And basically I kind of only remembered it because of the villain, which is the only Gene Simmons. And so I was like, okay, I kind of remember liking this. I got the Blu-ray. We're doing a shows directly about B movies, and everything I looked up on this was a lot of people praising it. Like, we even know Parker, our buddy over at Dissect That Film, he's like a huge fan of this movie.
Yeah.
He just couldn't make it tonight to record. We offered. Sorry, Parker.
Strike two, Parker. You.
That's
strike
right.
2. 3
Get
strikes, you're on. Yeah,
right.
Get a new job.
Get a new job.
Support your family some other way, Parker.
Right. But so yeah, I was like, I wanted to revisit this one. I'm glad I did. I really am. I think this kind of hit the feel I wanted to do. Like, because we've done some pretty fucking insane movies lately. Like, kind of almost every movie we've picked has been a little off the wall in some way or another, from virtual reality to a motorcycle with a minigun on the back that is voice commanded, and splatter guns. We've done some pretty wild things. And yes, frogs, Dustin.
Frogs, baby. The three snakes.
The 3 snakes.
I am a rose.
So it was kind of fun to do one that was a little like I love what you said. It's grounded. We follow a bounty hunter, so not a cop, and this movie starts out fantastically.
Yes,
I love the opening shot going into the bar, and we learn, you figure out he's tailing somebody. We don't quite know everything about our character yet, but going to this bar, they're shit bags, they're causing ruckus, fights. He follows them to a liquor store, and they hold up the liquor store, and he's finally just like, okay, I gotta intervene.
And so he goes and gets in his fucking glove compartment that's in the back of his car and pulls out that shotgun.
He lifts a baby seat.
A car seat, yes.
Yeah, but like this car, like there's a couple things about this car that I feel is very high tech, because he'll flip something down and there's like radars and he's pushing buttons and shit. And then this part where he pulls up the baby seat and there's weapons hidden, which is really cool because it's one of those. He's an ordinary man with unconventional weapons at that point. But I looked up IMDb and I'm sitting there watching this movie and I'm like, who the fuck is this big old muscly man that's trying to rob the store? And I'm like, God damn it, that's Ted White. I'm like,
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees himself So I'm like, okay, cool, you know. But yeah, like you said, man, this movie hits the ground running, and the momentum kind of dead walls once Gene Simmons hits the picture, man.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna be upfront with you guys right now.
No, go for it. Yeah.
It took me 3 times to watch this movie.
Really? Okay.
Only because the first time I watched it, I was sailing the seas because I don't have Prime Video, so I found it and it was 4x6, the VHS rip, and I'm like, I'm not paying too much attention to this, man. And I got to the part where I didn't even recognize Gene Simmons, which is great.
It is.
I'm like, I didn't even recognize him. The second time I watched it, I actually watched the YouTube version. And the YouTube version is the Blu-ray rip you have.
Nice.
And it was nice. It was crispy. And I'm like, okay, this is a little bit better. I did watch it at 4 a.m. this morning, though. That's why it took me 3 attempts.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. That's fair.
But dude, when Gene Simmons walks out of the airport as the rabbi, I'm like, why? Because I didn't recognize him. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Slits dude's throat out of nowhere, like it's nothing, and then starts shaving his beard off, dude. I'm like, oh, there he is. There's the fucking demon. He's sitting there going, gotta lose your throat in Detroit, Rock City.
Seeing him, because I've told these guys before that we're going to cover some of them. There's other movies he's been in, and he's always a very loud character, a very out there, almost megalomaniac kind of style. He's overacting in a lot of them. Watching this one, even though I knew he was in it, I totally forgot how he played it. Damn, he's a good villain.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared in the role.
But you used the right word, disappeared, because he's only in like 9 fucking minutes of this movie.
Yeah, he's not. He was
the
touring,
bad guys
at the time.
Well, what I'm getting at is like he's the big baddie, but everything that happens around him is his henchmen that are doing it, which is a good boss thing. I get that, like he doesn't have to get his fucking hands dirty, until the end.
This is his first movie role, basically. So I started watching the commentary just a little bit because there was no making of or anything like that. And they said the guy that made this movie, he's sitting there, he goes, we were in pre-production and we got a phone call. My secretary comes in, she goes, Gene Simmons is on the phone for you. And he goes, who? She goes, Gene Simmons. He goes, the dude from Kiss? She's like, yeah. Get his number, I'll call him back. I'm in the middle of a meeting. Forgot, waited a couple days. Gene called him back again. And finally his producer's like, fucking take the call. He goes, it's the dude from Kiss. What do you want me to do? He goes, if you don't cast him, we can maybe get him to make a song for the movie. That's what they were thinking. And then they found out that Gene had got a hold of the script, read it, loved it, said he could speak all of the language from Hebrew, all the Arabic, all of it. He was even translating shit for the movie so they could keep things accurate and looking right. He sought this role out, and I'm like, I love it. It's not the Gene Simmons I'm used to.
Sure.
He was like the kind of villains I was seeing in Delta Force or things like that. The big bad, like you said, Dustin, who's not really getting his hands dirty. He's on a mission, and I was like, where was I wanted more of him in other movies than just this
more
one.
of him in this movie. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, because you're not wrong, man. This movie hits a fucking wall. And I was a little taken aback by that. Like, damn.
I promised you guys this at the inception of the show that I'm going to go into these with open minds. Not going to be a shithead. No. Not going to be, Debbie Downer. But this movie, it hits a wall really quick. And it was a struggle bus trying to get through the second and beginning of third act until shit started picking back up. I'm like, okay. But then in my brain, I also had to keep in mind that we are doing a grounded, not over the top fucking action movie. I'm like, so that's why I didn't nag on it too much. That's why I'm not, being really hard on it. There are things I really did like. I loved the score, like the stings we were getting, like when shit would happen, how it was very horror-esque. You know, like when Rutger Hauer would either pop into a room or something would happen, those strings would go shring real quick.
Yeah.
I love that, dude, because it adds drama to the scene because it makes it feel very important. But yeah, I wish, because in my brain the whole time I seen Gene Simmons, I could not get fucking Hans Gruber out of my brain.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you know, like Hans Gruber was the big bad orchestrating, you know, moving the puzzle pieces. Yeah. Gene Simmons was doing the same exact thing in this. But he's a big fucking guy, you know, let him do some of this shit and give me more, because he was menacing. Like that phone call he makes to the, I guess, was it the police that he calls initially, or who's he call from the payphone?
It looked like
he calls the paper, wasn't it?
Was it? Okay. I thought it was like FBI or something.
He calls someone just to clarify and be like, I just want you guys to know this is me, not a copycat. They're like, well, how do you know we were there? And he leaves his DNA on the fucking window. I'm like, man,
like handprint, everything.
It's arrogance. And I loved that a lot. Yeah. I loved it. And that's why I wanted more of him. But as the movie progressed, man, I got less and less of him until the end. But I did like how every henchman had a role to play, and shit happened when the henchman succeeded. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to try and be I'm not going to be really hard on this movie.
Right. Well, it really felt like a lot of times they were trying to do more than they needed to do, if that makes any sense. Maybe okay. I know they wanted to flesh some characters out and stuff, like especially the stuff with Rutger Hauer's, like, you know, girlfriend and his boat and his past and all this stuff, and
Terry,
girlfriend,
yeah. So like
quotation marks.
They kind of spent a lot of time explaining things, or like showing more than they had to, instead of just kind of letting the action move the story. They slowed it down a lot with a lot of exposition and stuff.
I'll agree with that, because there's some stuff that just doesn't need, and it's exposition that I don't feel like does anything. Like, I still don't know jack shit about his girlfriend Terry. Danny's barely in this. Did you guys recognize who his best friend Danny was?
I know the face, dude.
Boy Meets World. He's the dad. The dad
I knew the face once you said, you know, man. But no, but the thing I feel like with Terry is like the whole thing with her is she is a question, more of like an enigma, because when Rutger Hauer gets recruited, the cop that's with him, he goes, "Oh, don't worry, she's writing you a note right now. Her friend is dying," or some shit like that. Like she's a plant that he knows all the answers to.
I took it as they orchestrated the phone call that she just got, and they knew she would be worried and go take care of her friend. Like, I didn't take it as she was in on it.
I feel like she was in on it, though. That's how I perceived it.
Yeah. So I watched it the other day. I enjoyed it, but I also got done going, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know anything about the plot. So I actually watched it again today.
Sure.
And I finally started there for while I watched it the first time, I went, why does Gene Simmons want to kill Rutger Hauer? And I had to watch it a second time to realize that way back in the day when Rutger worked for the CIA, he was sent on a mission to kill 5 guys. He only killed 4.
Yeah.
Malak was the 5th one.
And they should have expanded on that, as opposed to just they were really hard on this terrorist plot, right? But the problem was they weren't very specific on that either. They just, this guy wants to blow stuff up, and he wants to blow up this big chemical plant.
And the CIA wants to use Rutger Hauer as bait, and we kind of figure it out. For the first time I watched it, I was going, is the CIA working with Malak to set Randall up? I was especially when the boat exploded. I'm like, and I watched it the second time going, okay, they tortured the one dude, Henderson. He told him where Randall was.
Yeah.
And it was only because of the CIA tailing him that he sent Danny to the boat, and Terry happened to be there. If y'all are confused, so were we. So just understand, we know this. All for them to get killed 2/3 of the way through the movie and give Rutger Hauer this burning desire to kill Malak. And I'm just like, wow, that's a lot.
To add on to this, I never I never felt like I never felt the stakes, even though they were there. If that makes sense. I never felt like he's really
the
mad.
risk.
I never felt like sad or upset for anybody, or like angry or anything. I was just kind of watching, and no emotions or anything. Just kind of like, okay, it was very, very paper thin plot, and it moved. They moved a lot.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the big stake, the big plan the terrorists had, unless you were reading the papers in the late 70s, early 80s about this chemical explosion in India that actually happened, and Gene Simmons going, "Oh, this will be worse than in India and Bogota or whatever it was." Yeah, that is supposed to tell us how bad this chemical was to kill 30 or 40,000 people. But I'll give him some credit. I'm kind of glad they didn't go, this specific country hates us and they're trying to kill us, and it's Gene Simmons. I was like, okay, they kept it a little vague. But yeah, and it sucks because I actually enjoyed this movie, but we're actually talking about it to kind of take it down a little bit and, needle into the plot that isn't there. And there just wasn't enough action in the middle. Like they didn't give us I wanted more of the bounty hunter angle of him hunting dudes down.
I feel like the action portion of the middle was the car chases, like him being tailed. Because there's a couple of times where he does get tailed throughout the middle of the movie. But
the middle tail is fucking amazing because it has an amazing kill in the middle.
We're gonna get to that shit. But I feel that Danny and Terry should have been killed earlier. Like that part should have happened earlier in the second half. Because one, I just want to point out how great of a wingman Danny is. How he just goes along. He has a whole fucking room full of Rutger Hauer looking like shit. That he just goes in there. I guess
say, like, how does his wife not see that?
Because she's like,
I don't know.
Yeah, or is it her wig? I don't know.
I took it as her wig. Like she knows about Rutger Hauer because they talked about.
Her with the fucking blonde mullet.
With a blonde mullet.
But if the risk was there with them dying earlier, I feel like that's where we would have got to see more and more of the tension build. Yeah. And I know we're jumping around a lot, but Mickey brought up the fact that
I don't want to walk through this thing.
Yeah, he brought up the fact that this man is the Punisher, but making money. As soon as that fucking light switch went off in the interrogation room and it came back on, he's standing behind him. I just went, "Where is she?"
Yeah,
dude. And he's sitting there whooping the piss out of him, man. Be like fucking Batman, dude.
Yeah. Dude. He also had the weapons locker like Punisher when Thomas Jane had the thing.
I thought of fucking John Wick, like how John Wick has that specific little area. I did dig the warehouse. I don't understand why he parks his car inside on the second floor.
Okay. That was an interesting thing I found
Let's go there. Let's go there.
Okay. So they found the filmmakers found a location, and it turns out it's the old Ford factory from like the 30s and 40s. And that's where they stored all the cars.
That's awesome.
So that's a car elevator, and all the little bays was where they would store all the vehicles. Like the director and the guy were like going gaga. Like they're like, this is the best place. Because, you got Danny riding his motorcycle that his wife doesn't know about in the middle of the movie.
If you don't come and do this, I'll tell your wife about the motorcycle. Yep, you got it, Lieutenant.
Yep. And then they said that they were trying to find, because the guy said, I like to do a lot of research. So they literally like called the CIA and went, we have questions. And they're like, we can't tell you shit.
What the
fuck? He goes, okay. And they keep trying to find somebody. And then they get a phone call and it's the CIA. And they go, we found someone you can talk to. Okay. And this guy named Matt. And that's all the director said. He goes,
okay.
His name's Matt. That's not his real name. We understood that. All those guns in that scene are Matt's. Well, they don't belong to Matt, but they're Matt's. And they're all real.
Oh, wow.
They were all real guns hanging on the wall. And he goes, from what I could take, because I didn't finish the commentary, my guess was the CIA went, we need to make sure what these guys are fucking doing. So send Matt to keep an eye on them.
He's the
while they
fucking
make this movie.
intern.
He's Matt the intern.
He fixes the fucking printer.
But it was good. That whole, I loved a lot. And to me, it's a Rutger Hauer thing, because if you watch Split Second, he has this like rundown apartment, but he's been building a motorcycle. It's a Harley, because in Split Second, his name is Harley.
Okay.
And he has a running motorcycle in his apartment, and he brought it up piece by piece. He's been building it. So now he's like, to get it out, he'll have to take it apart piece by piece.
Yeah, they say, how the fuck's he get it out? Or does he install one of those elevators that's in this movie?
There you go. Get the same elevator. But it had that same feel to me when I watched this. And then he does a scene where he runs through the sewers in this movie. And that is all that happens in Split Second is Europe is flooded, and it's set in like England or some shit. And it's all water, all sewers, all everything. So I was having fun just picking apart things like that. But Mickey, you found something interesting about this movie and sent it to us the other night.
I did. You're right. So it was just I was watching it on Prime, and if you watch it on Prime, you can have like trivia drop down. And I was like I'm just gonna see what's
video.
Going on. Kinda. It's just like a drop menu, right?
Oh, okay.
And I it was a little boring in the middle, like we said. So I was like, I'm just gonna read some of this stuff while I'm watching. Sure. And this is actually Rutger Hauer's character. Was it Nathan Randall? Yeah. So he's a descendant of Josh Randall, who is a character in a Western show called Wanted Dead or Alive, same title, in 1958, played by Steve McQueen. So this is like a expanded universe kind of thing. And I was like, dude, this is pretty cool. And when she's talking about the harmonica, that's who she's talking about. His character. That's how I found it, because they were talking about that. So, he goes down to like San Francisco and like goes to Argentina or something and disappears. So that's what happens in that show, apparently.
You said that, and then watching it again today, I realized why he does the basketball thing in the loft, where he bounces it off the wall and catches it. It's the same thing Steve McQueen did in the Great Escape when he has the baseball.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, and there's no trivia about that, but I'm watching this knowing that he's supposed to be like the great grandson of a Steve McQueen character, and he does something Steve McQueen did in one of his more famous movies. I'm like, that's exactly what that's from. There's no way you can't tell me that they weren't going like, I'm just going to bounce a ball off the wall. I was like,
that's a nice touch, but it's like, you're like, who knows that unless you have this trivia? Like,
I didn't even, I kind of want to watch. I'm not huge on Westerns, but now I kind of want to check that out. You know, because I do like Steve McQueen. I mean, hell, Bullet, shit like that.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
I love watching those type of movies. But Dad kind of watched Westerns. I didn't really get into them. I like the more modern ones, Tombstone, hell,
Steel Frontier.
If all Westerns were like that, I'm in. That's it.
But bringing up Steel Frontier, I need to know who rips more. Yuma on this harmonica or Rutger Hauer on this harmonica?
It's definitely Yuma.
Yuma. Because
definitely
Rutger couldn't play the damn harmonica.
Like, not for shit.
That's my thing. So now we got our tie-in because Rutger Hauer is now at the beginning at this bar where fucking Yuma hangs out, dude.
Yeah. I did like that.
But I also at the beginning, I liked when he fucking takes his drink and goes and sits in his fucking car with it.
Dude, with the glass of whiskey.
The 80s was a different time, man. So
he also had custom handcuffs. Did you notice that? When he handcuffs Charlie, he puts a handcuff on him, but the other end attached to him is a leather cuff.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt his skin, but the dude's attached. That, I'm telling you, if the beginning of this movie continued through the rest, because he shows up to drop this guy off to Danny, and he gets out of the car, just bebopping his way around, and walks to the trunk and bats. I was like, the motherfucker's in the trunk. Opens that thing up, and this guy's giving him up and down the road like, this is illegal, I'll be out of here. And he goes, I never arrested you. You're a goddamn bounty hunter.
The realization on that guy's face once he said that shit, he's like, wait a goddamn minute.
Dude. He starts giving him shit, and Danny takes the trunk lid and hits him on the head.
God, he whacked him right in the head with that shit, dude.
Dude, yeah.
So, I loved it.
even if we didn't get that all the way through the second act, shorten the
little
drama
bits
part.
of it.
Yeah, or at least kill off Danny and Terry earlier. Then that way the rampage starts happening quicker. You know, because we talked a little bit about about Rutger Hauer getting tails, and my favorite one is when I didn't understand for a second why he was doing this, but he goes there on his boat, is fucking around with some shit, then he lays down on the ground and like army crawls out of his boat and slips into the water backwards.
Yeah.
And then goes up to this, all you see is a matchbook strike, and he throws it in the car, dude. And then he smashes that bottle, and he's interrogating this guy. He's like, why the fuck are you following me? And then he rips off the gear shifter.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, dude, I loved that. I thought that was fucking tight.
That was a good scene.
Tell him you lost me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and I like that they did at least go, everything he does is for a reason. So he's on the phone with the one dude and he's putting shit in a Ziploc bag so he could go in the water. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
I didn't understand like why that shit until I seen him at the tail. I'm like, okay, my brain started.
But then he's got his contact Walker that he's been dealing with in the CIA, and he calls Walker up and he goes, yeah, they're watching me, all this other shit. He goes, I marked them so you'll know who it is watching me, because we find out that the director's keeping even this guy in the CIA in the dark. He doesn't know they're using Randall as bait. So the guy comes in with the Band-Aid on his throat, and the Walker looks in and he goes, should go electric. And dude's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, because you cut yourself shaving, you'll nick yourself a lot less with an electric shaver. He goes, oh yeah, that's some good advice. I'll do that right now. It's the first time I watched it. I was just like, I don't know who the real bad guys are. I don't know if the guy that's running the CIA, which I've seen that dude, and I don't know how many fucking movies.
That dude's a total prick in that movie.
Yeah.
Lipton iced tea. We were just talking about that earlier off the show. But
brown water.
It's like, and they never come out and say it, but I'm inferring that Rutger Hauer is avoiding even legitimate law enforcement, because Danny's like, are you going to bring the guy into the precinct? He goes, no, I'll meet you out front. When do you want to do the paperwork? We'll come to my place. And then Lipton kept doing things like, where do I send the check? It's always like this thing, like they're trying to catch him
right
for some reason. And they never expound on that. And it was frustrating me. It was like, is it just because he's a bounty hunter and he's like kind of outside the law in the gray area, but he's also bringing in bad guys that have, Jesus, that one job he did brought $40,000.
Yeah.
40 grand to go grab one dude and bring him to the police. I was like, I'm in the wrong business, guys. Let's be bounty hunters.
I can bring you in alive, or he goes, I can bring you in hot, or I can bring you in cold.
There you go. I dig that.
But that's in I was watching it. I thought I missed something, because there's a point in the movie where he's avoiding and running from the police as well. To the point where I'm like, did I miss something? Like, I don't.
When he's in the Mercedes, it's like, and they're shooting at him.
Dude,
there's a couple cops
when he's in that car, the car garage, and doing instead of driving one way, he's going backwards, like he's mixing them the fuck up. But I'm like, what's the point of this? And then he gets out and he has his little contraption to open the sewer. I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna try and escape on foot at this point, because the way he was driving in the garage, I'm like, there's no fucking way he's gonna get out of there with that car.
No, he wasn't.
But I was like, all right, this motherfucker, dude, like in here doing donuts and shit.
Well, and was that was after that guy blew himself up, right?
Yeah, that was right after, because
he has the passenger in his car.
Yes, that's right. And they shoot him.
Yeah, and
he's trying to ask him questions.
This is how confusing it was. It's like, that's when we're supposed to find out they were using him as bait to get Malak.
Yeah.
And Malak is literally in the building up above watching all this happen. And then old dude's girl gives the guy this like Acme Warehouse level stick of dynamite. She's like, he sent this as well, just in case. I'm like, well, of course we're gonna use that in a little bit. I was waiting for the big ass stick. It did have the turn thing on the side.
Yeah, dude. Like, believe it or not, Gene Simmons bought the factory that builds the dip barrels for Roger Rabbit.
Oh my god,
dude! And
that is the most.
How about all that dynamite they were putting in that thing?
That is the most villain shit ever, though. Are those barrels
that you're hiding dudes in?
You want to make someone disappear? Yeah, dude.
Put them in a barrel. I'm sitting there going, how do they get out? They're putting lids on them. What's the plan?
How long have they been in there? How long have they been in there?
Where are the air holes? Where do I pee? What is going on?
Dude, there's a point in this, like at the end of the movie where they're doing this high-speed chase and Gene Simmons is like, no! And dudes pop up out of it. How are they lifting those lids up if they're fucking clamped shut?
That's what I'm saying. And it was like,
it doesn't matter because Rutger Hauer runs their asses over with that semi-truck, dude. Zero fucks given. And he just, that's kind of when, about the point where Rutger Hauer breaks into the house. He gets the address of who he's looking for, or someone who is the guy who blew up the boat.
He's looking for the guy that blew up the boat, which is Gene Simmons' right hand man. Aziz, I think, was his name.
Yeah, but that's for me. That's when the movie started picking back up again, and I started getting a little bit more invested because, he makes sure like the fucking the lead was accurate because he opens up the cabinet and there's the wetsuit literally still wet, so all that shit happens and he slams the window open to like look in to make sure no one's there. I'm like, why didn't you just not
park your bike out front? And like that bothered me.
You know what I mean?
I was like, why is your bike just sitting there, dude? Hide it.
Yeah, because
that's
what alerts Aziz when he comes in. But I love it, man. I love the little tussle that he gets into, and then he locks him in the locker with the wetsuit, and he starts shooting beside him, ringing that fucking eardrum. And I'm like, okay, you're about to die, but he throws the locker down the steps with the dude in it.
Yes.
But you're right. This is when I perk back up. This is when I'm like, oh, Rutger Hauer's doing some action shit, and I am in. And it's from this moment. Then we get the evil plot. They're shoving dudes into barrels, shipping them to this chemical plant that if you blow up this container, then this container, then blow up these two containers, it will magically make the gas that causes 30,000 people to die. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure someone else knows that. And that's probably not where they store shit that close together. Like, I know it's the 80s, but come on, man. It's like methyl ichloride or some bullshit chemical. I have no idea. But yeah, and then Rutger Hauer is hiding under a semi-truck, in the bed. His little head pokes out.
And he unlatches when it's in motion. He unlatches the fucking truck bed from the truck, dude.
It makes the driver get out, knocks the shit out of him.
Yeah, you just hear... and Rutger
he also
Hauer
goes and beats the shit out of the poor security guards. I'm like, they're just doing their job, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. I just, that he walked in and he goes, fuck you, and fuck you. And
picks up the phone. Then Gene Simmons comes busting. They rented an armored vehicle, gentlemen. They come in and go, we don't know where they're going. And the dude walks in with a piece of paper. They rented an armored truck. A, where do I rent an armored truck? Because reasons. B,
don't tell
that's
the CIA,
fucking
Charlie.
stupid.
Yeah.
Why not steal an armored truck and then do this? Like, you're not going to give a shit. Who cares? But I was just like, they tried. The filmmakers and writers tried really hard. And I'm not bashing them. I feel like this movie needed another 2 go-throughs and edits, because this movie is also like an hour and 45 minutes long. This needed to be in that 88-minute magical timeline, just breeze through. Like Mickey said, there was so much shit that was happening that we didn't need. Let the action carry the movie and carry the story.
I feel like they wanted to make something really fun to look at and watch, but they didn't put enough thought into the story. It was simple like that.
Yeah.
No, I think
but
we
Charlie,
don't have to like get into the minutiae. We can say they fucked up.
Charlie, I need to know how many thumbs up from a scale of 1 to 3 was that explosion at the movie theater?
Oh, it was 3 thumbs up.
3 thumbs way up.
For the explosion, but also for what they're watching at the movie theater.
And what is that?
Because this wasn't planned, but they were watching Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yep.
Which is what we're ending the month of action on, is Rambo First Blood Part 2. Oh yeah, hold on. I'll make that.
Oh shit!
I'll make it tighter and edit.
Eagle.
You're right. I should have said it. But yeah, I was like, "You're fucking watching Rambo." I'm like, I'm in.
There it is.
Why blow up a theater?
Oh, I don't know, but you got old girl that walks in. She goes, the guy's like peeking in. He goes, "You want to wait till the next screening? It's the last 10 minutes." She goes, "I've seen this movie 8 times. It's my favorite part."
She loves Rambo.
Made me think of you guys.
But it was. I was reading a handful of reviews, because there's some decent reviews about this movie.
Sure.
But I was also some people going, who plans a giant scale terrorist plot, but you blow up a nondescript theater and basically clue everyone in? Like, is it just because Malak's like, I am the baddest motherfucker there is, and even if I do this, you're still not going to catch me? Like, he could have done everything without the CIA ever even knowing. They didn't know he was there until he told them he was there.
I think that's the whole point he wanted them to make sure they knew it was him and not some copycat fucking, arsonist or whatever coming in there trying to take credit for something he did. That's why I really dug when he put his hand on the fucking glass.
Yeah.
Leaving his DNA. Granted, he was holding the phone to his mouth, but at the same time, he literally touched that fucking thing, left a whole handprint, dude. And I dug that shit. That was very menacing.
I think there's an underlying story thread that maybe got lost in translation. We're also supposed to believe that Malak truly, truly hates Rutger Hauer. And that could also be like, it's so funny because Rutger Hauer's like, who the fuck is this dude? I don't know who you are.
We don't know the relation.
Right. It's kind of like, Die Hard with a Vengeance with Hans Gruber's brother. And, John McClane's like, I don't know who the fuck you are, essentially. Till they like, does the name Gruber mean anything to you? It's like, oh,
can I ask you, does Hans Gruber's brother sound like fucking Alan Rickman?
Yeah.
No, it's Jeremy Irons. So he's kind of got that. He's got that,
he
foreign accent. No.
Potter.
Potter. Don't touch it, Potter.
Potter.
But this ending, I want to say it really kind of redeems the movie, but doesn't quite redeem it, but it's fucking good. Like, really good.
Dude, when he puts the grenade in his mouth and we watch him get he's about to get his fucking vengeance. He's about to do it. Then all of a sudden you see them walking out of the fucking smoke and he hands them over to the police, doing the thing he didn't want to do and let him, essentially out of his grasp.
Yeah.
And then he walks up and pulls that pin out of his mouth, dude.
That was what did he say? Like, fuck the $50,000, whatever the bonus was for being alive. Yeah, fuck the bonus.
Fuck the bonus is what he says. He says, fuck the bonus. But before that, did you guys catch? I don't know if this was a little wink and a nod, but watching it the second time, I went, oh, it's during the fight between Rutger Hauer and Gene Simmons is overpowered. Flat out, Rutger Hauer beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But when he's holding him up by the coat and Gene spits blood in his face, like the demon does in Kiss when he spews blood and it comes pouring out of his mouth. I was like, oh, there's the demon. I like that part.
You just hear, God of Thunder.
I would play
Man.
that, but I would definitely get a cease and desist letter from Gene
Probably.
personally.
But
I'd hang it on the wall.
I'm saying at that point, you get an autograph from Gene Simmons.
Might be worth it, because then I just got to edit the music out of it. It's totally fine. Or he'd be like, "Hey, you like that movie?
There you
go ahead and play God of Thunder. It's all good. It's totally fine."
Yeah, because we were talking about how this movie has no fucking theme song because there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
During this.
Well, the soundtrack's cool. It's just a lot of different things, and then harmonica. Like, it doesn't even have a 80s semi-rock ballad at the end credits that every fucking movie in the 80s had. Mm-hmm. You know, just by some,
let's talk about it.
Go ahead, Mickey. Talk about it.
Let's talk about those credits, because it just ends him sitting on the shore with the credits rolling. He's just laying there, and I was like, is this freeze frame or is it still rolling? Like, every now and then you can see him still moving. I was like, okay, this is interesting. He's just laying there.
It's like a fade out. Like, it's like a crane shot. Yeah. And you're just going backwards.
Yeah, like that scene in House of a Thousand Corpses with Walter Goggins at the.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, did my DVD freeze or what?
But he's getting smaller, and then a little bit smaller.
Very small.
Oh, it's fractions that you're staring at it. But this was, and he starts playing the harmonica, and it's like one of those Western cowboy type things, Home on the Range.
They're playing. It's almost like, was it like Happy Birthday to You or something? Like,
I think it's
the same jingle that they all play the harmonica. It's the same song.
Yeah.
Between him and the girl, but it's something like
I thought it was "Give Me a Home Where the Buffalo Roam." That's what I heard.
Because Three Blind Mice.
It would have tied into the Western.
That's right.
Wanted Dead or Alive movie that they're.
Sure.
I don't understand that through line. Tell me more about that. If you're going to go through that much trouble to name the movie make your character a descendant, he's a bounty hunter. The other dude was a bounty hunter. Give me something
right,
let that be the movie they're watching in the theater. Wanted Dead or Alive, All
right, Rutger, here's the deal. You are the descendant of this man from this old Western movie, and he played a harmonica. You play the harmonica.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play the harmonica.
Perfect.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna fucking do it anyways.
Yeah, that's good. You don't know how to play it, but it just rolls into a harmonica song through the credits. But
this is where I tried to fucking tag him, dude. They're like, send 250,000, because at that point I feel like that's when they learned that was Danny on the boat.
Yeah. They thought Rutger Hauer was dead.
It was him. Yeah, they're like, he's like, send it to the widow of Sergeant Officer Danny, whatever. And they're all like, "What? Yeah, you dickheads!" And then
y'all killed you got an innocent man killed and a woman, which he doesn't say Terry's name afterwards. But that's the whole thing. He walks over to Malak. He's got the grenade in his mouth, and he's like, Rutger Hauer loves touching people's faces in this movie. He touches that one chick's face with the biker dude, and and then he grabs Gene's face, and he's like, "Yeah, it's just something about." You know what? Fuck the bonus, and pulls the pin. And it's like, this is the slowest grenade ever, because everyone is able to get away.
Who's the dummy now?
Who's the dummy now? Gene Simmons' body. That was definitely a mannequin. Oof,
dude. Did you like that?
Explode. I did.
It blinks.
It falls flat straight. Oh my God. I don't know. I say we just get into a little bit of the things, and we can continue our thoughts about it. So let's talk. Speaking of which, let's do Kill of the Week.
Boss says we're dealing with John Mortis.
Really? I heard he beat a guy to death with a toilet seat.
What? No way.
It's true. They also said he killed a man with a soft pretzel.
Whoa. I don't even know which one of those sounds cooler. It's definitely the pretzel.
I love it. Needed some pretzels in this movie. Guys, I'm gonna set the bar here, and I'm gonna say it's between two. And honestly, for me, they're tied in this movie.
Okay.
And one, obviously, we can't not talk about the Gene Simmons head explosion. It's like kind of Scanners-ish, but not as much gore. It works. But the one I was not expecting in this movie whatsoever was during the car chase with the Bronco.
Yes.
And Rutger Hauer shotguns that dude out of the back window, and he falls under the car long ways that Rutger Hauer's driving, and they go over that dummy.
Dude.
It is an amazing shot.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Which one of those two is your favorite out of this movie?
Go ahead, Mickey.
I mean, you know what? Just for sake of being different, I like the dude that blew himself up because they're just all. Rutger Hauer's like, "It's gonna shoot him," and they're like, "No, you can't shoot him for something." I forgot why they said, "Don't
they
do
need
it."
He
doesn't. The guy blows
him
himself
alive
up
for information.
Wanted him alive. He was gonna blow himself up anyway, and when they all just take off, scatter running, and he blows up. And it was a cool little scene. I thought it was pretty funny. He's like, "You son of a bitch, I could have shot him."
Yeah. Weren't you briefed? I'm like, no, motherfucker wasn't briefed. No one's told him shit. What's wrong with you? It was, and it's, they set it up so well. Here, you may need this later. Jesus. There is and I think Dustin's going to pick it, but I think there is one more kill I forgot about.
So I'm gonna have an honorable and then the one that's good. The honorable is when Gene Simmons is driving the car. Gene Simmons is the passenger, and you got the girl driving her the car.
This is the one I just now remembered.
Dude, he looks at her and he goes, "Move over," bow, and gets her. And then he's sitting there like wiping the blood off with his hand, dude. But honorable, dude, I loved the movie theater explosion because that set the tone of what to expect from Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
And I've already talked about how menacing he is in this and how arrogant and shit. I dug that, but no, my favorite kill is the girl catching it to the head, man. And I don't mean catching it to the head.
No, but there's that was another missed setup. Was we needed to know that Gene Simmons would rather kill Randall than continue on with the mission, because that's what she was dead set on. We can ram the last container of chemicals and we can do it. And what it turned into for me was Gene Simmons doesn't want to die in this mission. Instead of Gene Simmons wants to kill Randall instead. Like it lost me right there as far as what's driving either plot. So it's just, they didn't do it good enough to get it, where the audience isn't going, the fuck, what's happening? I gotta watch this again. I'm glad I watched it a second time because it actually did. It did increase. If I was giving it a number score, it does increase what I would have given it number wise.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah. So this was also kind of vanilla, but we're gonna do the poster. Is the poster badass? Does it match the movie?
You got a face only a mother could love. But damn, you pack one hell of a punch.
I know we have a couple of these, you guys, so I can mix them and flip them as we go. This is a classic 80s Rutger Hauer kind of movie poster cover. It's Rutger Hauer on the front of the fucking cover with the gun he uses in the movie and the name of the movie. I'm like, fair. Yes, the movie poster gives me what's in the movie. I can't fault it for that. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Mickey.
Yeah, totally agree. It's just, this movie is about Rutger Hauer with a badass shotgun, and that's kind of what I got, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't feel like I was promised anything more other than what's on that poster. So yeah, it deserves it.
So I'm gonna give it this, okay?
Go for it.
The poster is B for boring.
Okay,
As is this movie. The movie matches the poster, right? Like B for fucking boring, dude. Yeah. I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but it was just
no. You're not hurting anyone's feelings here.
It was,
I mean, we've all pretty much said that this is not what we were expecting. It hit a wall, but we're going to have this. Like this, I understand. I had seen it before, but this was still essentially a cold watch for me. Like I had no memory. Hell, I didn't remember Gene Simmons' head explodes at the end of this, and I think that should be something I should have remembered.
Yeah.
But I was happy it happened. It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like the poster is bland, the movie's bland. I got what I got what I expected out of it through the poster.
Fair enough. Well, I think that leads perfectly into our next segment. Let's rate this bad boy.
Okay, but are we talking Predator Arnold, Running Man Arnold, or like Batman and Robin Arnold?
All right. So as you guys know, I ain't playing that one.
Oh, God damn it!
It hurts my soul. I can't play that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe if they were Patreon at our highest level tier of $100 a day, I'll let them hear it. So.
I think now that we're doing more and more of these, Mickey, like you're getting a little bit more. You're getting more ammo of characters to play instead of just talking Euro trash about Dolph Lundgren. You can just bring up, Red Brown or Al Leong or some shit like that.
Right. All right, so as you guys know, we rank our movies on the 3 Bs. Is it badass, basic, or boring? I got a feeling I know where Dustin's at on this one. So I'm going to start with Mickey. Mickey, where do you rank this movie on the Tower of 3 Bs?
All right. So, yeah, it definitely hit a wall. It was pretty boring for a while. There was way too many plot strings, and they didn't focus on any of them enough to make it matter. Rutger Hauer is badass, though, right?
Yeah.
In this movie, so I'm gonna average it out and give it a basic for me.
That's generous.
I'm gonna go next because I'm right with Mickey. I gotta give this basic. I was really, really hoping for a badass, but man, when it hit that wall, and then I had to watch it twice to understand the plot. It's way longer than it really needed to be. I wanted the beginning and the end of the movie. That's right then and there. That would have been a badass movie. Little elements of some of the shit that, I still want the dude getting run over by a car. That was awesome. Give me a guy blowing up, a guy locked in a locker. All the other shit just fell flat for me. So I have to go basic. I just wasn't fully bored. Speaking of which, Dustin, what are you ranking Wanted, Dead or Alive, starring the great, fantastic R.I.P. Rutger Hauer?
There are things that I dig about this movie, and I already told you guys, I love the score, the stings. Rutger Hauer is fucking awesome in this, but he can't carry the whole movie when 50 minutes of this 140-minute movie is boring as fuck. And it's unfortunate, man. Like, it's just, if you get this action star to do this action shit, I don't need to see him actually acting. You know what I mean? I want to see him doing action shit. So I guess I'm giving the show's first ever bomb.
Wow.
And I tried, like I said, I go into these open-minded, and I kept in mind that this was a grounded action movie. Like, it's not over the top. There's not going to be buildings, getting demolished. I kept that in mind. But, dude, when I'm sitting there waiting for this movie to be over and I had to watch it 3 times, sorry. I mean, it's going to happen. I know it's going to. But.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And honestly, I'm kind of glad because, like we said, this show started on fire. We've done some insane fucking movies. Yeah. And I knew I wanted to do some more movies in this realm of the action genre. Dustin, I think it's totally fair. And I agree with you. I give it a little more of a bump because of the pedigree behind it. And I got to watch a dude's fucking head explode at the end of the movie.
Which explosion was better, Gene Simmons or old buddy from fucking Robot War?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Robot War.
Yeah, but remember, Robot War had a lot of white fluff from the dummy.
That's my point.
Flying. Gene Simmons's hijab scarf just kind of flies sideways.
The explosion went, and that was it.
And then the dummy falls flat straight
Yeah.
backwards, which is so good.
Yeah,
It's probably one of my favorite dummy falls. I know Pete has got a pretty good list going of some of our favorite like dummy kills.
Yeah,
this was probably. I won't make Pete watch this whole movie, but I'll find the clip and let him see it just so he can enjoy the Gene Simmons death at the end of this.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, okay, we got this one out of our system. All right, you guys have indulged me. I got to bring. I'm not upset that I bought it. It's probably not going to be like in a steady rotation. It'll probably be like 3 or 4 years, and I'll go, I haven't watched that one in a while. Was it really as bad as I remember? And pop it in and go, oh God.
Or you just go back and listen to this episode.
I could do that too.
But no, you have I don't say a nostalgia for it because you haven't watched it in over 30 years, but this is right up your alley. So it's going to be one of those things where you're going to give it that little extra bump because you love this shit. You know what I mean? So I get that.
Yeah, it's my love of Rutger Hauer. It's my love of that type of genre. Because I've seen some badass versions that are like a really dark and gritty kind of movie. Like Stallone's done a couple of them. He's done movies that aren't like Rambo. He did like Lock Up.
Terminator 2?
He did Terminator 2 in Last Action Hero.
Cobra. Yeah.
You know, and then you got, even Van Damme did Death Warrant, which is a little bit more grounded in prison kind of feel to it. So they're out there, and there's some badass ones, and I still love Rutger Hauer, and I still want to throw some more Rutger Hauer at us. And I mean, honestly, technically, we haven't covered Split Second on our show, so I might be able to bring that to you guys.
Do we have to twist your arm to fucking watch that movie?
It's on the list.
Okay, there it is. Yeah,
I need Mickey. I need that sound drop. I need it. It's on the list. Sound drop now.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. All right. Well, this is our second episode for Month of Action on the B Action side of the podcast. We do have 2 more coming up, and trust me, Dustin, there's not a bomb in them.
I've already gave you a little hint. One of them I started watching, and I'm like, we need to fucking cover this because it has my attention from the get-go.
Yeah.
And the other one, you guys showed me the trailer, and I'm like,
badass.
Fucking A, let's do it. I want to see, when we do it, Charlie, you better have a battle axe around you.
Well,
all I'm saying.
okay.
That's all I'm saying.
I got one.
Hey, that's all I'm saying, man.
I'll come in character for it. Do you want to? We know what they are.
If you want to go ahead,
people, we can tell them.
Sure.
All right. Well, our next movie we are covering is a personal favorite of mine. I know Mickey loves it, and we're introducing it to Dustin, which still blows my mind. But
why is it blowing your mind that I haven't seen any of these fucking action
because this isn't what I would consider someone going, oh, it's an action movie. We are covering The Barbarians, starring the Barbarian Brothers.
The fucking Meat Everest.
Now, this is going to be a meaty episode.
Speaking of meaty, and I mean meaty, we had to bring on Logan from Video Villa Entertainment to come talk with us about this movie, man.
The man behind our physique in our logo.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? What does it say? Too manly to die.
Too manly to die coming this summer. Oh, so good. So, yeah, we are, our third movie is going to be The Barbarians. A ton of fun. I love that fucking movie. And then we are rounding out Month of Action on B Action with a movie with steel in the name, and it's going to be Hand of Steel.
Yeah.
Oh, Dustin, you're not prepared.
No, that's the one. That's the one I've watched like 20 minutes of, and I turned it off. I'm like, we have to do this because I put it on one night, like just to have it on in the background, and shit started happening, and I'm like looking at my TV like this. I'm like, just wide-eyed staring at my TV. I turned it off. I'm like, guys, we have to do Hands of Steel. But who else better than to have on that show than our good old friend Captain Steve from the Bucket of Chum podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, if we were on his show the other night, Mickey, for Deep Blue Sea, and we started naming off all these movies, he goes, "Oh, you mean this?"
He starts pulling B movies from behind him.
Hell yeah!
All
these
these
pulled out
Vinegar Syndrome ones. Yeah, tell him.
He hit us with Expect No Mercy.
He had it.
He had it, awesome. Dude,
on the shelf.
Yeah, man.
But he also has Hands of Steel. So yeah, depending on when this comes out, potentially our Deep Blue Sea episode will be out or will be out very soon. So if you haven't checked out Bucket of Chum, you need to check out Bucket of Chum. It is an awesome podcast. It's in the name. He covers really bad shark movies and underwater movies. But when he wants to cover a really good one, he needed backup. So he brought in the B Action Boys to cover Deep Blue Sea.
And potentially have his longest episode ever.
I'm going to say this is his longest episode he's ever done. He was like, I don't know what I got myself into bringing these two onto the podcast at the same time. But it was a lot of fun. It was a blast. It was so enjoyable. So please go check him out. And he will be on our Hands of Steel episode along with Logan from Video Villa Entertainment.
Video Villa Entertainment.
Video Villa Entertainment. Logan does some amazing artwork. If you need some artwork for a show or just want some artwork, go hit the dude up. He's done amazing. I'm rocking the Predator. Dustin is rocking the Commando, and our Silver Fox Mickey is Chuck Norris himself from Invasion USA on the cover. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. That's what our logo gets. That one was close.
And their show is really good too. Check out Video Villa Entertainment. Logan does it with his wife Becca. They just go through movies, and thanks to Logan, was the first time I ever watched Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Good job, Logan.
My man.
Good job.
I haven't seen the other one, so I felt like starting with Part 2 was the best idea.
It was.
Actually, I'll agree with that. Yeah. Part 1 is a phenomenal movie, but it is not what you would consider an action, like blockbuster kind of movie. But it's amazing. And Part 3 is fucking fun.
Amazing.
Okay, I love Part 3. Love Part 3. So good. All right, boys. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna let Dustin be the voice on that one. I'm not even gonna play it. That was too damn good.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna clip that from now on. It's gonna be Dustin in the show. All right, boys. Well, that's our episode covering Wanted, Dead or Alive, starring Rutger Hauer. Check it out if you want. It is on Freevee, which is through Amazon that Dustin didn't bother to pay for. So
it's on YouTube.
It was on Tubi forever till we needed to cover it. I swear to God, that happens way more than I want it to. So that's it for us this week. We will see you next week with The Barbarians.
Don't just watch action.
Be action.
Mission accomplished.